On this episode of UTR, we show you why Grosse Pointe is such a popular place to put your person. We'll make several points on the K-Line trolley and show you a real robot garage. Then we dine on continental cuisine, find Ford's bountiful abode, and even show you a dirty dog that loves jazz. Get ready to explore the cool people, places, and things that make Grosse Pointe a great place to be.
Support for Under the Radar provided by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, dedicated to shared economic success. MEDC promotes the state's assets and opportunities that support business investment, job growth, and community vitality.
It's human nature to plan ahead, but sometimes our best ideas come when there's no plan at all. When we just go with the flow and let the day unfold as it was meant to be. A day on the water, soaking up the sun. A day we leave up in the air. Yesterday, this was just a last-minute idea. Today, our big surprise is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
So we don't have a gross misunderstanding. On this episode of UTR, I plan to get right to the point. So what's my point, you ask? Well, actually, I don't have just one. I've got 5. And from Grosse Pointe Shores to Grosse Pointe Park and all points in between, they add up to one of the coolest places to live, work, and play in all of Michigan. Now, a lot of people think that Grosse Pointe is, well, just for rich persons. But that couldn't be further from the truth. All kinds of people walk to all kinds of great shopping here, and they live in wonderful tree-lined neighborhoods with houses for almost anyone. Another great point about the points is that all who live here share in some of the best schools in the state. It's no wonder families from all walks of life are flocking to Grosse Pointe for access to a great education. Heck, with schools like these, your kids might even like going to school. But have no fear, because as sure as the Earth orbits the sun, summer vacation is always just around the corner. And for that, the beautiful and plentiful parks that dot the landscape here are as unique as they are used by everyone who calls this home. These lakeside green spaces are totally designed with families in mind and give GP peeps a true sense of place. They're simply some of the best around.
And speaking of getting around, a great way to get around the points is on the K-Line trolley. But before I hop on, it's time to take a moment and remind ourselves exactly where we are.
Grosse Pointe is located in southeast Lower Michigan. And from south to north, the points pile up like this. Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe City, Grosse Pointe Farms, Grosse Pointe Shores, with Grosse Pointe Woods to the west. It's a very pointy place. The K-Line trolley is a fun and unique way to play and participate in the points, because all you have to do is hop on, plop down, and explore. In short, this popular transporter of people makes a visit to the points pretty pleasurable. On this fine day, I hopped on with Emily Krajniak. She's the Administrative Director of the Urban Renewal Initiative Foundation, and her title is as long as the trolley is fun.
So whose wonderfully nostalgic idea was this?
I have to give my dad credit for that. It was his idea. We were having so much business in our business districts and so much car traffic that we were at that point where we were going to have to build more parking lots, and that would ruin the charm of the community. And so now everybody can just take the trolley in and leave their cars and their worries behind.
This is brilliant because people can, like you said, ride their bikes up or park, a little bit outside of town, hop on the trolley and experience a bunch of the points, or as I say, peruse the points, and see what the community is all about. And it really creates a sense of place and community, doesn't it?
It does, and you can meet your fellow citizens aboard. Everybody's really friendly.
I was going to say, I bet people make friends on the trolley because it sort of forces you to get out and meet your neighbors and your friends.
Absolutely.
I have a confession to make, actually. I forgot to pay when I got on.
It's completely free of charge for riders.
It's free?
Yes, absolutely. We're a nonprofit foundation, so thanks to the generous donations that we receive, we're able to provide this for the community for free.
That's awesome. So how does it work? It starts in where?
It starts in Grosse Pointe Park on Kercheval, goes through the Park Business District all the way down Kercheval through the village in Grosse Pointe City, and then the hill in Grosse Pointe Farms, and then turns around and loops over and over from 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday nights, May through October.
What are people that ride the trolley telling you?
The trolley is absolutely beloved in the community. Everybody is ecstatic over it. It's almost like it's its own character. Like if Santa Claus or Mickey Mouse were going down the street, people genuinely are excited about it and love it.
Well, I've heard it's also become its own destination. People are coming here to ride the trolley
Absolutely.
because it's so much fun. Because I understand that it's kind of quiet, like right now, because I got in at 5 o'clock. But as the evening goes on, they play music, it becomes kind of a festive atmosphere, and that's when you meet people and have fun.
It's a party on wheels.
That's a party on wheels. Yes, that's for me. Now, you can also track the trolley?
You can. We have an app called Ride Hop, and you can see in live time where the trolley is along the route at any time, so you can plan when to wrap up your check and come out from the restaurant, or when to leave your house, so you don't have to wait.
It's almost like you guys thought this all out in advance. It's awesome.
We try.
Yeah, this is, I mean, I wish my town had this, but my town's kind of small. It's only 2 blocks. It would be like, and we're turning around, and we're done, and we're turning around. So, yeah, nicely done.
Thank you.
If you want to park your car and meet new people while perusing the points, the K-Line trolley is a terrific way to do it. I had so much fun, I almost forgot to get off. Go Tommy, go Tommy, oh Tommy, uh-huh. You know, most great ideas and businesses start in a garage. Well, here's one that started in one and stayed in one. And that's because the Robot Garage in Grosse Pointe Park is just that. An awesome open space where kids come to play, think, learn, and explore a possible future in engineering and robotics. Sarah and Jonathan Jacobs are the robot wranglers here at the garage. And as Sarah likes to say, they're creating innovative aha moments one kid at a time. I understand this whole wonderfully crazy thing started with one of these things that you step on at nighttime. Is that how this all started?
It is, actually. No one's ever put it to me like that, but yes. I was a kid who hated math and science, but Jonathan, my husband, is an engineer and grew up loving Lego.
You can still find these stuck in my carpet.
Right. And we have 3 daughters, and when we were a family with young kids, Lego was something we did together. And Lego, in the late 1990s, got into robotics. And therein lies the connection. And not only did they get into robotics, but they became the heart and soul of what's become the biggest robotics competition in the world now. It's in over 53 countries. It's called FIRST Robotics, and the early elementary school is FIRST Lego League, which uses a Lego robot. And hundreds of thousands of kids build this robot every year. So our daughter, Jane, who's now an engineering student.
Oh, awesome.
All she wanted to do when she was a kid in 4th grade was be on a Lego robotics team. And she was at a school, like many schools, elementary schools, that did not have a robotics team. So she waited and she waited. And when she got to middle school, the first thing she did the first day was sign up to be on the FIRST Lego Robotics League.
Well, you say that you create these aha moments with kids.
We try.
Right, and I'll explain what that means.
Jonathan talks a lot about remembering that day in the science lab in school when you blew something up.
That was me.
That was, and in a good way, that you were supposed to blow something
right.
up.
Oh, that wasn't me.
And you have these aha moments when all the dots connect, or it's like a eureka moment when you realize, aha, I never knew that. I never knew Lego made robots. I never knew that's how the windshield wipers work on my mom's car. It's all those little moments. And so we strive to create an aha moment every day for every person who comes here.
Well, engineering and math, it's the future. It really is.
It is.
And too few kids are getting involved.
Right.
And the fact that you're getting these kids involved, and some kids that come from environments where they may not have that opportunity.
Right. So we do programs for, I should say, about 6,000 students a year in Southeast Michigan.
Well, you've taken this simple little thing and you've turned it into, I mean, you're helping to change and shape the future.
We are trying, and it's a fun ride, I have to say, and kids are amazing.
Well, since you're helping to change the future, would you happen to know if I got a parking ticket or not?
Oh God, I just remembered I didn't put money in my meter. We should go check.
We should go check.
Okay.
The day we were there, they were conducting all-girl camps. So we decided to find out more about some of these future female engineers.
So do you think when you grow up and become an adult like me, you'll be smarter, like, just so you know. What do you think you're gonna do?
Be a doctor or scientist.
Scientist? Wow. Then since you're gonna be a scientist, maybe you can tell me what this is.
A bunch of blocks put together.
She's brilliant. I know, you're a natural. When you grow up, would you like to program robots?
Yeah.
Could you program a robot to wash windows? Because my windows are really bad at my house.
I don't think so yet, but maybe someday.
Okay, I can wait. I'm lazy. So you're gonna be an engineer when you grow up?
Maybe.
What do you love about this place?
I like that you get to actually build your own robot, and like it doesn't have to be the same as like everybody else's. It could be like as different as you want.
So you can build your own unique robot army.
Yeah.
Right. Did I mention I need my windows washed? Did I mention that yet?
Maybe I could build a robot for you. Like,
Thank you. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. What do you love about this place?
I'm just building robots.
Like building robots?
Yeah, and playing with Legos.
Right. It makes your brain big, right?
Yeah.
Right. Do the robots ever talk back?
No,
No?
I haven't had that yet.
At the Robot Garage, your kids can stimulate their cerebrums and have super fun all at the same time. And who knows, with this kind of cognitive cajoling, they just might invent the next big something or other someday. Like maybe a new TV show host or something. Nah, that's impossible. I hope.
You know, I've always wondered what Venezuelan food tastes like. So I thought I'd just go home, pack the bags, head to the airport, and wait a minute. I'm not supposed to leave Michigan. What for shall I do?
I'll tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm heading over to the woods for a Venezuelan feast at Garrido's Bistro. The heart and soul of this awesome eatery is Vanessa Gonzalez and her inspired chef husband, Christopher Garrido. They're a culinary couple who came all the way to Michigan to captivate us with their creative cuisine.
How did you guys end up all the way up here in Michigan?
Well, my husband's sister, Kathy, my sister-in-law, she married a Michigander, and she moved here years ago, and we came visiting them.
And fell in love?
Fell in love
During
with
the
it.
winter?
Midwinter, beautiful. We even went up north to the Petoskey area. Oh, we couldn't love it anymore.
Now, Venezuelan food, is it similar to Spanish food, or?
The cuisine itself, it's similar. It's very Caribbean. You know, it's similar to Cuban food, to Puerto Rican food. So we have a lot of Spanish influence, a little bit of the African and the indigenous populations as well.
Now, how did you guys come to serve food from so many other continents? You just love food?
We just love food. That's a true reason. And also, well, Chris and I, we have culinary training. And
On your husband's side, Chris's side, that goes way back, his mother and father?
yes, actually, his parents started a culinary arts school in Venezuela 30-something years ago. And the school is still up and running. Well, in that culinary school, the program is very international. You get to know all the different styles of cuisine from different parts of the world. It's not just centered on Venezuelan cuisine. And part of that is that background, and part of it is because of our families. We're used to eating foods from different parts of the world, too. My parents are from Spain, so I'm very used to Spanish food in particular. And on Chris's side, his grandma was from Germany and grandpa was from the Ukraine. They went to Venezuela after the war.
Gotcha.
So there's a whole different side of influences there.
You love the Grosse Pointe area?
Oh, we love Grosse Pointe. We love the people of Grosse Pointe. They're the best customers we could have ever asked for. Actually, one thing I love about, also the size of the restaurant is that I can get to know my customers a little bit better. So it doesn't feel so much as a business. It feels more like having friends and family over all the time. And that's super nice. It's super nice being able to know their names and know a little bit of their stories. And also it brings a sense of home, even if we're away.
And not only have Chris and Vanessa found a new home here in Grosse Pointe, Grosse Pointers are definitely finding their way to Garrido's.
What's your favorite thing about this restaurant?
and it's local, and everything's fresh, and there isn't anything on the menu that isn't wonderful.
I understand you're from Venezuela.
No, the owner of the restaurant is from Venezuela.
Oh.
You got your signals mixed up.
Well, you forgot your accent, too. So what do you love about this place?
Oh, I love the variety. I like the creativity of Chris and Vanessa.
He's a regular. He knows them by their first name. He's a regular.
Yeah. We live right around the block, and we make it a point to come here as often as we can.
I bet you'd come here even if you were from Venezuela.
I would.
We started coming here when she first opened this up. We were one of her first customers, and now we're so happy because it's what small town's all about. And she's definitely started small, and now she's large. I mean, this is great.
If constantly consuming the same cuisine has your constitution in a coma, get yourself to Garrido's Bistro and take your taste buds on a trip around the world. They'll thank you for it. And no passport required. Bonus.
Now, they say that every man's home is his castle. Well, with Edsel Ford, he wasn't kidding.
On the shores of Lake St. Clair stands the historic and majestic residence of Edsel and Eleanor Ford. And what an incredible abode they built. The home is filled with awesome art, artifacts, and architecture. And the grounds alone are worth a walk and a half. In order to fully understand the style and significance of this stately structure, I struck up a conversation with gentleman and dynamic docent Terry Nigaman.
Now, when your home becomes a national treasure, you're doing something right.
And it is a treasure, and it's certainly a jewel in this area.
So when exactly was the house built, or should I say home, and how long did the Fords live here?
Well, it was begun in 1926, and it was completed very quickly. They took the keys September 22nd, 1928. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Ford passed away at the age of 49 in 1943 of stomach cancer. But then Eleanor Ford continued to live here with her loyal staff until she passed away in 1976. So about 47 years Ford's lived here.
Well, when did it become open to the public for tours?
Well, she left the home and endowment to benefit the public. And it took several years to get things going, but the very late 70s, it began with limited tours of several rooms. Not a long time after that, the entire home opened up, and now we have tours called Behind the Scenes, which we take guests right through the entire attic, third floor area, the entire staff wing, the entire basement, and also through the 162-foot tunnel, which goes from the house over to the powerhouse where the boilers are. They heated the house.
Who designed this home?
This, along with Edsel and Eleanor Ford, this is an Albert Kahn design.
Okay,
that explains it right there.
Explains a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. How much the acreage here?
When they moved in 1928, there was 125 acres.
Yeah.
Today we have around 87 acres.
But getting back inside, there's so many, I don't even know where to start. I mean, if you tour this home, the kitchen alone is worth the tour.
Absolutely.
I mean,
everything is, because she left the home intact. So when you go in to experience this home, you're going back to the time when this family grew up here. You're seeing things where they were placed, and you're seeing all of the original items in there. And I think that really makes us special. We don't have to have reproductions or anything.
Well, we did a quick run through, and I was amazed at how grandiose and majestic this is, but how comfortable and home-like it is inside. You can tell it's a family home.
Absolutely, and that was their goal. They wanted a place to have privacy to raise their 4 young children. They were so well known, and always, they were very unpretentious people. Even the home itself is done of stone so that it blends right in with its environment.
Well, because I am looking for property in the Grosse Pointe area, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms?
Well, probably not enough for you. But I think there's there's a bedroom and bathroom for each family member, plus the governess.
Oh my gosh.
And then you've got the staff wing with 7 bedrooms.
What's the square footage?
30,000 square feet.
I mean, that's spectacular. Absolutely amazing. I mean, if people haven't, I'm ashamed that I haven't been here before, and this is my first time, but it's incredible.
Don't feel bad. I can't tell you how many times I've been giving tours, and I'll ask, oh, where are you from? And they're afraid to say they're from Grosse Pointe, and because they said, we've never been here. And I say, lots of people haven't been here. That's why we are here, to bring you in.
Well, thanks for bringing us in. My home, by the way, will someday become a fun house. It will not be like this. You will not be touring my home, I promise.
This tour is one of the coolest things you can do in Southeast Michigan for a lot of reasons. And I wandered off and found one more. Hey gang, if you take the behind the scenes tour, this is so cool. Edsel Ford back in the day would go through a secret doorway in his office, down some secret stairways into this secret tunnel, and then make his way to his car. You gotta see this. The Ford House in Grosse Pointe Shores is a fun and fascinating way to see some of the incredible history we have here in Michigan. It's also a great way to realize that when it comes to washing windows, you don't have it so bad. You know, at most jazz clubs, the talent is up on the stage. But we found a place in Grosse Pointe Farms where the talent doesn't just come from the musicians. And that's because here at the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe, the entire staff goes way out of their way to make sure you cool cats have the complete jazz club experience. From the music and mood to the fabulous food, they just do things right. And that makes for an elegant evening with some pretty awesome entertainment. Now, before I order dinner and start snapping my fingers to that crazy beat, I thought it wise to theorize with the one and only Willie Jones.
You know, a lot of people say you shouldn't pay attention to the details, the little things. But from what I understand it here, the little things are important.
They are important, and you can't help but pay attention to the details.
It's not just about the jazz.
Absolutely not. Complete experience, complete package here at the Dirty Dog.
Where does this place get its mojo?
I think it's just a combination of things. One, as much as New York and Chicago is known for that amazing music and jazz, Detroit is really very well known for its roots of its jazz. So it all starts with the artists themselves, musicians themselves, and then with Miss Gretchen planting this restaurant right here at its location where we're at now, and then bringing on some high-quality staff, just some beautiful ambiance, just an amazing marriage of all those things that make you, when you get in, you go, you gotta be kidding me. It's not just the music. So you're doing this all night long, like what's going on in this? It's amazing.
Now tell me a little bit more about Gretchen, because I understand she single-handedly saved the Detroit Jazz Festival.
She did. Forgive me if I'm gonna give you the correct year, but I was brought on in 2007. It was like 2 years earlier that I heard this amazing lady from Grosse Pointe Farms decided to save the Jazz Fest because all the sponsors were pulling out here in Metro Detroit. She put an endowment of $10 million and said, no, we gotta keep this thing going. I love jazz way too much. So that was the initial linchpin that made me go, that got my attention, I'm sure everyone else here in Metro Detroit. And then a few years later, she decided, you know what, I think I want to open up a jazz club too, and it's in her own backyard. So once she decided to open up the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe, this lady is amazingly smart and intelligent. She said, I'm going to reach out and find the most top-notch entertainment, staff to actually run the place, executive chef that really knows what he's doing, amazing staff, so we can put all those things together and see what we come up with.
What's your clientele like? And everybody's jazz lovers?
Our concern was by opening up this jazz club that we get just jazz lovers. But no, we broke on that mold altogether. Again, because of so many other things other than jazz. So our clientele is everyone from the young at heart that really are interested in music, the young musicians that are interested in performing and growing up in Detroit, the foodies who love to just go out and be entertained with great food. So all those components means our clientele stretches from the age of 20 to the age of 60. So we're just trying to make sure we capture all of them.
So listen, Daddy-O, if hot food and cool jazz is something you totally dig, join the rest of us Hepcats at the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe. And if a great place to live, work, and play is something you'd like every day, I think I made a pretty poignant point by pointing out the points. Don't you just love me? Want to know more about all the great places we go on the program? Just go to our website. You can watch episodes, tell us where to go, jump to our Facebook page, and even buy a hat like mine. So just go to utrmichigan.com. That's utrmichigan.com. Go now. Or now.
Support for Under the Radar provided by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, dedicated to shared economic success. MEDC promotes the state's assets and opportunities that support business investment, job growth, and community vitality.
It's human nature to plan ahead, but sometimes our best ideas come when there's no plan at all. When we just go with the flow and let the day unfold as it was meant to be. A day on the water, soaking up the sun. A day we leave up in the air. Yesterday, this was just a last-minute idea. Today, our big surprise is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.